Today, I give you a reason to cry, 'cause I see the hurt in your eyes. But stronger yet, I see the love that shines. Help me learn to take on the nature of you and love more than I accuse, and pardon others like you taught me to. Something happens inside my heart, Lord, when I obey. Something happens inside my heart every time I pray. Forgive me as I learn how to forgive the ones who broke my heart, the way I've broken yours. Forgive me as I learn how to forgive and reach out through the pain and touch with hands of grace as you prayed for those who crucified you. Forgive, they don't know what they do. Compassion reached out to a world confused. Help me learn to bless those who persecute me and love all my enemies and show them mercy like you've shown to me. Something happens inside my heart, Lord, when I obey. Something happens inside my heart every time I pray. Forgive me as I learn how to forgive the ones who broke my heart, the way I've broken yours. Forgive me as I learn how to forgive and reach out through the pain and touch with hands of grace.
I will never be satisfied. So here I am, fill me up with your presence. I will never be satisfied. So here I am, fill me up with your presence. I will never be just pray for more. Just pray for more. Just pray for more. Come on, let him in. Let him in tonight. Let him in tonight. Let him in tonight. Let him in tonight. So feel my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Come and quench. Sing it out. Pray. Feel me. Feel my love. Feel it all. Bread of heaven, feel me till I want no more. Feel my cup, feel it up, and make me whole. We needed to feel us tonight. We needed to feel us tonight. We need you, Jesus. Feel me till feel my cup. 'Cause all I want is you, Jesus. All I need is you, Jesus. I will never be satisfied. Fill it up and make me.
Jesus, smile on me, open the butterflies in the belly, open a summer. See the way you love me, see the way you care for me. You carry my matter for your head, like a little baby. You watch over me, oh. You know they carry me, they play, oh. Open us up, What the world couldn't give, you gave it to me abundantly, abundantly. What the world couldn't give, you gave it to me abundantly, abundantly. You made everything brand new, everything brand new. Butterflies in my belly, you made everything brand new, everything brand new. Butterflies in my belly, butterflies. Now they call me blessed because of Jesus. I said they call me favor because of Jesus Christ. Because of Jesus Christ, butterflies in my belly, you made everything brand new, new, new. Butterflies in my belly, This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. With all that is within me, Lord, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Oh Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Ooh, yeah. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. Yeah, yeah. I live for you alone, 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 alone. Oh, oh, light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open my eyes and let me see such beauty that made this heart of mine adore you so.
Come on, everybody. Huh. Get your balance, get your balance, get your balance on.
Jesus, we are so grateful for what you did on Calvary. Thank you for your blood that has redeemed us. Thank you for your blood that has set us free. I don't have a lot of words, but I have a thank you in my heart. I thank you in my spirit.
Say,
When I think of all you've done for me,
mere words not enough to express
how I feel inside.
makes me wanna cry out.
Oh Lord,
Oh Lord,
oh Lord.
when I think
When I think
oh, because you died for me. Your blood you shed, oh God. Your blood you shed
on Calvary.
Unconditional love you gave for me. You have for me. It's so plain.
It's so plain
for the world to see. Ooh, you didn't have to die. But you chose to die. So somebody come on now. If God has done you well, wherever you are, put your hands in the air and get ready with an attitude of gratitude and say, God, for everything you have done for me, you have done me well. Come on, here's done me well. Yes, he has, yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he has, yes, he has.
I've had those days where I wanted to be someone else, not good enough, just being me. And I've had those times when I look into a mirror, not happy at all. See, 'cause I don't feel special and I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel smart enough, strong enough, good enough, feel like nothing at all. But in times like these, I come back to the truth that I found. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. You know all about the way that I
you have felt the same way before. You've been hurt by the things people have said. You've cried many nights alone on your bed. You have big dreams, but don't know if they'll ever come true. And you don't feel special. No, you don't feel beautiful. You don't feel smart enough, strong enough, good enough. Feel like nothing at all. But in times like these, you come back to the truth that you found. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. Yes, you are beautifully, you're wonderfully made. La, 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 Sure, you're not famous, and you may not be a millionaire, may not be the smartest one, strongest one, or cutest one. Find your identity elsewhere, and you'll walk with your head held high. Say, I'll smile 'cause I know that
Let me touch the hem of his garment, touch the hem of his garment, and I will be made whole. Let me touch the hem of his garment, touch the hem of his garment, and I will be made whole. Somebody help me.
Let me touch of his garments,
Touch the hem of his garments, and I will be set. Let me touch the hem, yeah.
of his garments,
Touch the hem, yeah.
of his garments,
And I will be made whole. Somebody say it.
touch the hem
Can you say it this
of
evening?
his garments, of his garments,
And I will be made whole. Let me touch the healing that you need, yeah, of His garments, and I will be made whole, be made whole, and I will be made whole. Can you say and I will be made whole, yeah. Hallelujah. in your glory. I wanna kneel down at your feet. I wanna feel your holy presence as I worship you.
I wanna be captured by your holiness. I wanna be cleansed by your blood. I wanna be lost in your glory, Shekinah glory. Ooh.
I wanna be lost in your glory. I wanna kneel down at your feet. I wanna feel your holy presence as I worship you.
I wanna be captured by your holiness. I wanna be cleansed by your blood. I wanna be lost in your glory, Shekinah glory. Sing with me, we want you to
fall. We want you to fall on us, yes. Rain
it's time that I take a stand. You know just how I feel inside, but now I put my emotions aside. I made a choice that come what may, nothing will take my praise away. I surrender, the worship must go on. The worship must go on. I surrender, the worship must go on. The worship must go on. Broken hearted or in despair, full of joy, love, or happiness. Every season may come at a price. Still, I will give you my true sacrifice. You paid it all at Calvary, so now I give my everything and surrender. The worship must go on. Must go on. Yeah. I surrender. The worship must go on. Worship must go on. Worship must go on. I bow before you and I open my heart. I'm choosing to surrender into your arms. I'm asking you to make me true and worthy, holy and acceptable. I just want to be much closer to you, yeah. A minute in your presence changes my view.
your face right before me. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or not, you'll be still. I can only imagine. Yes, I can only imagine.
I can only imagine when that day will come, when I find.
Well, once again, back the incredible. Finish it.
Incredible who?
Rhyme Animal. You don't know that rap. Okay, sorry. All right. She doesn't know.
Sorry. Hello, everyone.
Just come up with these random thoughts. If you imagine if you could see inside my head what you'd see.
Honestly, I don't even think I'd like to see it. Honestly, I don't think I'd like to see it. That's why we're not all divine.
Just wonder, running through his mind today.
No. It's nice that it's in your head.
You can stay there. Just keep it there. Good morning, Jürgen Morgan, as I would love to say. That's my greeting. How are we all doing out there today? Welcome. This is The Breakfast Show. My name is DJ Val. It says it on the screen there. And next to me, I have a lady whose name is spelt wrong, actually. It's the real deal Olive.
But what's wrong about the spelling?
Because there's no real deal.
That's not my name's Olive.
Real deal Olive F. Good morning, folks.
Your name is spelled wrong. No, my name is spelled right.
Mm-hmm.
How are you all? My DJ Var challenged me to something, saying, well, how about you trying to say a greeting in a language? So I looked for one, and my pick of the day is Fiji, and hello in Fiji is B-U-L-A, Bula. Bula means wishing you good health and prosperity, but is generally used amongst the Fijians as a greeting.
I've got an idea.
Tell me.
Let's take this a step further. So if you're listening, what did you do? Why did you? She rolled her eyes when I said it's a good idea, But anyway,
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say let's take this a step further.
Do so.
And if you're listening on the stream today, friends and family, why don't you use that Fijian greeting to people and explain what it means, and use it in the week? So
it's not for my Nigerian listeners. It's not bola. It's not bula. It's
bula. I like the fact that it means give life or life. It means
wishing you good life, good health, and prosperity. So they generally use it as a greeting. It's like shalom that has many meanings.
Yeah.
So that's how they use that.
I like that. I think that's really cool.
All right, moving on. How are you all? First of all, we'd like to make apologies for last week. I know that's the technical hitch we had. No, he wasn't having a line, as many of you were saying.
Yeah, that was a bit odd that people would say that, though. Is he having a line?
He wasn't having a line.
Oh,
we had some major technical issues. We really apologize for that throwing you off. And I mean, it's rare that happens to us, but
Very, very rare.
it's rare. But that was a major one.
Extremely rare.
Really apologize. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you.
Yeah, you're all very kind.
Yes,
actually.
very,
A lot of the
very,
comments.
very, yes, very,
well.
very. Thank you, thank you. We really, and that's why we don't take you for granted, because in those sort of situations, it really comes through how dedicated you guys are to us. We really appreciate it. Moving on, I've got a lot to talk about with all of you today. We've got a lot to cover or to share, to discuss. Join in. Let's start with the news. There's so much happening.
Start with the worship.
Oh, the worship. I've been going on and asking him to revive Uncle Fred and some of the old classics. And yes, you've been. Last week you had him on. This week again you did. But I also liked you threw in quite a bit of the original homegrown Mercy Chinwo, Uncle Natty, of course. He was on as well last week. Yes, he was on. He held it down. Yes, last week when we were. I mean, Uncle Natty has that ability to take a simple scripture, just make it into a powerful worship tool.
I often sing that song Imela in the morning as well.
You're always singing in the morning, so that's not talk. That's a show. That's a subject for another show completely.
Okay.
Moving on.
As we must.
Time flies away from us really quickly. How have you all been? Hope you've all been well. How have you been, DJ Val?
I've been fantastic.
You responded like as though I've been waiting for you to ask.
I was about to say, how is everybody, all the people out there in Radio Land, how's everyone else? And
I know sometimes when I ask him how's he doing, I'm genuinely asking him how he's doing, because the fact that we live in the same house doesn't necessarily mean that we're seeing each other, because like I said, sometimes my schedule can be crazy, and this week has been one of them, but we give thanks. So I'm genuinely asking, how have you been? Haven't missed me too much? Okay, all right, thank you. And I thought you were gonna wear your
I'm wearing King.
Oh, your Kingdom swag stuff.
Yeah, this is Kingdom swag, but it's a different design. This is the graffiti design.
Okay.
Also has the accompanying hat as well.
And it's got the new swag thing underneath.
New swag. Remember, go over to mynewswag.com for an exclusive 40% discount if you enter the promo code. What's the promo code, my darling?
DJ Val 40.
Come on, go to the top of the class. Look at that, right? You're gonna get 40% off your next purchase, my darling. See?
I thought it would be free. Why do I need to pay? Why do I need a discount? Should I?
They say you should never mix business with pleasure, right?
Okay. I remember that when you ask me for a business favor. I will remember that.
Food's no business favor. That's a basic human right. Food.
Basic human right. Food. Have you not heard of the people from Somalia? Have you not heard of the people from Darfur? Have you not even heard, most recently, the people in Syria? That's
I'm just saying.
It's not a basic human right.
All of which is not in Radlett in Chenley.
Okay.
Where human rights are abundant. Along
okay.
with jollof, moi.
Stop digressing onto food. International news. My favorite royal. Now, I'm not a big royal person. I really am not. But I love the Queen. I really do, for many, many, many reasons. And somehow I've kind of placed that affection on her son, who is now the king. So I'm keeping an eye on his health and all that is going on with him. And so last week we were told that he wasn't going to do chemotherapy and he was going to go alternative method, but that's not really verified. So I really wanted that to be verified, but again, the royal house is mute on it. But he was out and about and he met with the weekly when the prime minister goes to see the king, the weekly. So they had that this week. Yes, they had that this week, and he said that he'd been so overwhelmed with the amount of greetings, well wishes, cards, and prayers that he'd been receiving. That it moved him to tears many a times. And looking at him when he was talking, he just looked like his father. He just, for a split second,
He always did look a lot
he
like
just
his dad.
looked like his. But he just so, because he's aged in that way, you know. And I thought, oh my goodness, but
Very
please-
strong features.
Yes. Please continue. We will continue to remember him in our prayers, and any updates I have on him, because I'm interested in knowing what the alternative therapy that he's engaging with will be or is. But clearly they're keeping mum on that. But anyhow, if I do know anything, I will share.
I guarantee you it's nothing that's put over the counter at Hollerton Barrett.
That's what. So everybody has different opinions. Oh, it will be this. It will be this. Then of course, just different things that even the African remedies for anti-cancer and all of that, they all put it out there, but nothing's verified. So I'm not going to share what I don't know. So when I know something more concrete, I'll share. But I am eager. I'd like to know what it is, because again, since his diagnosis, the surge in people getting checked, Bupa has recorded a surge in people coming to get checks privately since his diagnosis. So if it puts a spotlight on this disease in a good way, so be it. In other news, our very own Plymouth had one of the ancient WW2 bombs discovered.
It did? I didn't see that in the news.
Actually, I think a few days ago this week.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing about these things is they just keep popping up here and there because of the amount of development that is happening, and due to the housing crisis. So areas where you might not necessarily even have, well, if it's not protected, the chances are that it's only a matter of time commercial property will spring up there, and that's what's causing
These World War II bombs.
the discoveries, even in the and this particular place in Plymouth was closer to the coast. So anyway, it was safely
disarmed.
It was safely relocated. Because they never really disarm them. They kind of take them away. So they do it in a really safe environment,
make it safe,
yes, and then put them all in the museum because they archive this thing so well. Moving on, last week saw the beginning of one of the biggest events in the church calendar. Can you tell me what that is?
Lent.
Yes, my love. So Tuesday was Shrove Tuesday. So I wanted to talk about it last week.
Now
but
pancakes, did we?
we didn't. No, we didn't.
Sorry, everything is about food. I know that's what you
For
guys are
the
going to say.
first time in years, I didn't make pancakes on Shrove Tuesday, and people who usually get it noticed, and I thought I'd make it over the weekend, but I still didn't. So Shrove Tuesday came and went.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. No. We did not, because already we were in Lent. I was like, oh, let me act like it didn't happen. So Shrove Tuesday come and went. Ash Wednesday came and went. So now,
what do you eat on Ash Wednesday?
Ash Wednesday is when it's Good Friday. There's a specifics on what to eat and what not to eat, according to some Orthodox religions. So what the one of the biggest events in the Christian calendar kicks off. One of the biggest events is actually outside of Christmas is Easter, and it's kicked off by Ash Wednesday, a period called Lent, and that word is derived from the word lengthen, because of the long. 40 days seems quite long to be fasting, and it's the period in which Jesus went up to the mountain to be tempted by the devil, and he resisted. So people now think, in order to challenge their self-will, discipline, and resistance to worldly pleasures, etc., they then give up something during this period. Now, if you're in that category where come Lent every year, you give up something. Some people give up chocolates. They give up things that...
Yeah, chocolate's quite a popular one.
Yeah, something that is a treat to them. So they feel it. Some people give up sugar. Some people give up... I remember one year I gave up bread. And that was a fit. Of course, did I last 40 days? I didn't.
You gave up bread?
Yes, I did it in 2020 was the year when I was doing Insanity. I think it was 2015 or 2016.
I've heard people say they've given up TV for Lent.
It's coming to that. So something like they derive pleasure from. The most interesting one was a lady at work then who said to me that she was going to consider, she's going to try and give up watching EastEnders because she felt that she was becoming really addicted to it, and that even over the weekends she would still watch the reruns of the Omnibus. Now I couldn't relate to that.
We all used to do that.
You did?
Yeah, because it wasn't much on, and then if you're home on Sunday, Sky, before the days of Sky really kicked in, the only thing you had was the EastEnders Omnibus.
Okay, well, this wasn't too long ago, but that was something she was going to consider giving up. And at the end, at some point, I was able to catch up with her and ask her, how did you do with that? And she said, I look back at it and I'm not sure how I took pleasure from this program. It just, she looked at it and, well, anyway, eventually she gave it up for good. Eventually,
yeah,
and had replaced it with something else. So it's a period of giving up for some people. For some others, it's also a period of taking up, because the whole idea of it, according to the Christians, is you reflect. It's a period of reflection, a period of introspection, self-examining, a period of taking stock and saying, where am I in my spiritual walk? What needs to be improved upon, and what needs? So I call it a period of give up and take up, or give up or take up, give up and take up, whichever one it is for you. What are you giving up? What are you taking up? Are you giving up EastEnders? Are you giving up social media time for reading time? Are you giving up social media time for Bible study time? Are you giving up whatever time for something else? What are you giving up and taking up? Is it something that will challenge your self-discipline? We've been talking about our values, pillar systems this year. So are you going to take up something that will improve your career? Are you going to give up your favorite program for that period? You do a little short course, or I said to somebody that if you put in, she's an admin person, and I said, if you go home every evening and you put in an hour into touch typing, at the end of 40 days you will get better. So she was so she had noticed I touch type really well, and I was like,
and so do I. I am certified at 30 words per minute.
Wow.
I have a certificate and everything.
Wow. Do you know what I was certified at?
What?
Take a guess.
I don't know, something like 70.
No. We went to the same school.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you told me about it, that I went.
Really?
Yes. Anyhow, I was certified at 51 words per minute.
I'm sure you got your certification longer than me, because I had to keep going back.
No, I don't know. You got shorter. I did the course in the set time. I know you kept repeating yours.
I had to go because I wasn't getting and the good thing is about that course, I just got to say, they said guarantee that you'll hit the number and then you'll get your thing. And I kept coming up at 20 something, 20 this, 20 that, and every evening after work, I would go to this place. It was in Oxford Street. I remember that, on top of Oxford Street Station. I would go, sit down and say, okay, here's the test again. And you're only allowed to do the test once every evening. You can't go back and keep trying. I remember the day that I passed. This is to encourage anybody at all, you know.
Yes.
And I went in there this day. And remember, I've gone in and I have been failing. Every time I go in, I would go in after work, sit down at 7 o'clock. They would bring the test and I would fail. And then they go, oh no, oh, well, nearly, not quite. It's like, I remember I sat down this day and and you know, I thought, well, here we go. See you tomorrow. And no one goes, no, you've passed. I said, no. Yeah, you've done it 30. You've done it 30. You can go. So, I was just so elated.
I remember you called me.
Did I call you? We weren't married then, were we?
No.
Oh.
But I was already nearly done with mine when you were still doing your receipts.
I recommend her, you know. I'm the one that recommended her, and then I'm the one.
And you only did the touch typing, but I did the full package.
No, I did everything.
You did the full package.
I did Word. I did Excel.
Oh Lord! In our professional careers, at that point, I was at a crossroad, and I wanted to make a switch. I wasn't in HR then, and I needed something that would allow me to be able to do school run, because Christine was still young then. And so I did that, and I became immediately after it. I think while I was still doing it, I got the job with IOP as a PA. That was my foray into the world, into the corporate sector in that way.
I remember that really, really well, man.
Back to what we were saying, we've digressed heavily.
No, I didn't realize that you did it though. I know that I recommended you, but you know,
of course I did it. Anyway, we digress. So she noticed that I touch type really well. And I said to her, listen, I've become almost lazy now, but nobody scrutinizes my work in that sense. But so I can always make adjustments. I don't have to type in 20 seconds and get it all right. I can always go back and edit what I've done. And she was so taken by it. So another time I had another meeting with her, and I said, you know what, forget it. Let me just get this done now. And she's like, how do you do this? And I looked to her, it was like magic. And I said, what do you mean, how do I do what?
I've had people say that to me. They've sent me type, or either I was looking at something else or doing, and they went, hold on, you're not looking at the keyboard.
No.
I said, no, I don't look at the keyboard. And you know, and it's like they're shocked, like, oh, you don't.
Yeah, it just looked like magic to her. And I then said to her because she was a Roman Catholic, and she was big on the Lent thing. I said, you know what, if you give, since you're looking for something to give up, then there was an app that you could test yourself and do all. I said, if you engage with this thing for the coming,
there was the books, what was their name?
They were the Pittman.
There was a Pittman book.
It was Pittman that did it, because they were the ones who were doing all those sort of.
One like Mavis Beacon, no?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beacon.
But those people went online. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the online. Well, she engaged with this. Moving forward, our time is fast going. She engaged with this, replaced her TV time for her typing time, and at the end of it, she got good at this. So sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be food, but because food is something that gratifies us, it's something that it's comforting, it's a need. That's why we find we task the flesh by depriving it of food. But this lady is a clear example of needing a skill, and she used just give her simple, replace your TV time and do this every night. At the end of it, let's see where you are. And true to form, she got good. I mean, she wasn't doing 51 words like I was, but the fact was she gained that skill and she never looked back. So what is it that you think about it? What is it that you need to strengthen? Do you need to even strengthen your reading speed? Because I used to read so fast at one point in time. I even used to get paid to edit. I used to get paid to edit documents, you know. I did attempt with a legal firm, and I wasn't the document producer, but I used to edit the documents produced by the document producers, because I used to read so clearly and fast. At some point, what is it you want to improve on? Think about it. What does your spiritual life need? What does your career need? What do you need as a whole? We've talked about exercise. We've talked about all those other things. Put thought to it. Could this be the period when you engage with it?
You learn how to touch type.
Is this a good time to take a break? And we'll be right back.
Once you learn how to touch type, I tell you that you can't even look at the keys to type anymore. They throw you when you try to look at the keys
because
to type.
That's not how you're trained to do. That's why it's touch, not looking.
Yeah. Once I get my anchor keys, those two in the middle, and I'm off. Crazy. But anyway, let's take a break. We'll be back. We'll be back. So that detour was not down to me. I was just thinking about that in the little commercial thing.
Moving on. Still on Easter, are you thinking ahead? Are you going to do the Easter egg hunt? Are you going to do the Easter, what's the other thing people use?
Easter.
The hot cross buns? What is it?
Yeah.
You're thinking ahead already.
Easter
if
bunny.
if you're engaging with Lent, then we're going to talk a bit more about Easter Easter meals and recipes and stuff like that, much like Christmas.
Are we?
Yes, we will. We will. Back to love. We said we're going to unpack a bit more about love from last week. So
No, I'm just laughing because I was just seeing the time. That's all.
All right, don't laugh.
It's like the love's not getting the time it deserves.
Oh.
Love needs more time.
Love needs time. Okay, we will give it time. We said we'll give it at February, and so we will give it more time. Today I like us to talk about love language. We said we're going to guide the singles and the married ones. Remember, the happily single, the unhappily single, happily married and unhappily married. Everyone, we're going to kind of
Are you unhappily single?
Or you, whichever one you are. Let's set some. Last week we talked about what did we talk about love last week?
We spoke about the different kinds of love.
And they were recap. Agape,
Phileo,
Eros,
agapo,
Philia.
Phileo, Storge.
That's it.
Encantanda.
Okay, stop.
And
Stop. You know all of that one. You know it.
you guys missed Encantanda. That's a lovely kind of love, you know. Go and look it up. Encantanda love. It is a Latin love.
Okay. Today we're going to talk about the different kinds of love language.
Muy caliente.
Somebody help me. Anybody help me.
There's too much coffee in the morning, you know. It must be. I don't know.
Love language. I'm sure you've all heard it at one point in time. Love.
Yes.
By this gentleman who was very bold called Gary Chapman.
Okay.
American guy, and he's a author and radio show host, and he was bold. That book was bold when it came out, Love Language. So he said,
was he the one that wrote it?
yeah,
There was another guy that did that, you know. I've got it somewhere. I took it off. It's a bit of a faux pas, isn't it? I could have just gone and said, look, here it is. Have a look.
Well, it's out there, and it's a small book. It's an easy. It's a small book. It's an easy read. Now he came up with 5, but they've added more onto it. Whether these extras they've added onto it hold water next to the 5 he has, time will tell. But he starts by, do you know which ones? What the different types of love languages are?
I've actually attempted to read I think I read it actually.
Okay.
Acts of service, giving and receiving gifts, touch, communication. That might not be wrong. Yeah, that's about all I can remember.
You did very well up to the top of the class, DJ VAR, because communication is one of the new ones.
Oh,
yeah. So
look
you did.
at that.
Yes, you did well. High five.
High five.
You did well.
Flesh and blood.
Did not reveal it to you, huh? Yeah. So you did read it, albeit you did read the book.
What was making me laugh was, I'll say, you know, I didn't buy the book, someone gave it to me, and that's all I will say.
And the person was crushing on you when they gave it to you.
I cannot confirm nor deny. Cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, but you've really endured some serious entrappings.
I can neither confirm
the burdens of a good-looking DJ.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, be it. Well, you still looked at
But I remember I got the book. I can't even remember who gave
We're
it to me.
grateful that someone gave you the book.
No, I read it because I was quite interested to see, you know, what was in it. Because I've heard people talk about it.
It was a very, 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 it was a groundbreaking book, and it was
yeah.
very popular because he was able to articulate some of these things that we knew but we couldn't articulate. And he's saying that, yes, like you said, number one, in the order in which he places it, I'll read it out in his order. Words of affirmation is the one you missed out. Quality time, physical touch, acts of service, receiving and giving gifts. That's how he put. But the notion behind it is that each individual, in order to be successful in a relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, and he then later narrowed it down to romantic relationships, you must be able to identify these 5 elements in each other. Because if you don't identify it, then you will not know how to meet each other's needs. For instance, somebody who does well with words of affirmation, if you don't give it to that person, then that person begins to suffer. And if that person doesn't even know that that's how they are, but identifying it in a relationship allows both of you to serve each other better and meet each other's needs.
I agree.
I asked him, I think it was a few weeks ago, I asked you, I said, what was your love language? And please tell them what you said.
I said touch. But was there another one?
You said 3.
Oh, because I read it and it kind of like there's some in all. So I think touch, words of affirmation, and maybe acts of service.
That's exactly what you said. You said 3. That's what you said.
Okay, yeah,
First of all, he was joking. He said touch, 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 and touch. I was like, be serious.
That would have been so funny if I said that now. Oh man, you see what happens? You miss this comedy gold.
That's what you said. He said touch, 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 and touch.
That would have been brilliant.
I said, come on, please be serious. And he said touch, words of affirmation, and then giving and receiving gifts. So, and I thought, wow, because another thing to bear in mind is the older you get, some of these needs may change. Different seasons as well may present different needs, and it's important to be aware of it. So for people who are single, it's important for you to identify what your love language is. How would you like to be approached? In that way, these things become points or building blocks when you get into a relationship. So this is how I've identified myself to be. DJ VAR, touch, words of affirmation, receiving and giving gifts. So here comes the real deal Olive. If she doesn't identify that this is what he or how he likes to be approached, then not giving him words of affirmation at some point will create a sense of insecurity with him, not giving him the physical touch that I still don't know if I'm doing okay on that one, but I keep trying. Because again,
always room for improvement, I say. Always room for improvement.
So, sometimes, oh my pause, man. Sometimes he leans into me for a kiss or a hug, and I'm like,
no, just not even.
Sometimes he pulls me by, he literally pulls me by my clothes. Oh, sorry.
Come on, man. Give up the goods, you know. It's just, you know.
He literally has to pull me in sometimes. I'm just, sometimes I can be so tunnel visioned, and I'm just going, just need to get stuff done or whatever I'm doing, and he needs to kind of pull me back. And so I'm grateful for that, because he's confident and bold enough to literally stop me in my tracks. So sometimes if I come through the door and he's there waiting for a hug, and I'm like, just go, oh, I'm trying to, you know, and he'll literally, can I please have a hug? I was like, oh, okay. You know, so I'm grateful for that, because that's not me. I'm not touchy. I'm not, you know, but that's how he is. And so he's found nice, sweet ways to receive it from me. I don't mind giving it, but sometimes, like, I need to be pulled into it, which he literally does. Now, I don't get offended by that.
And neither does she call the police for as well, people of God. He's forcing her. Why is he forcing her? That sounds like it's nothing.
Not at all. And that's the thing about it. The thing about it is, for those of us who are not that way, it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't want it or we don't enjoy it, but it's just not on my mind. I'm just I'm just heading my way. But when he does pull me in, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, things like that. And I'll
on my mind.
You know, so it's important to identify that. Now, also, if you're somebody, so if he's that way, so forbid it now that I completely resent it and deny him that then becomes toxic. Do you understand? So it works both ways. If
What's your love language? It's a good question. I can see somebody say it in the comments. What's your love language?
Let's keep going. You know, and then for those who want quality time, now not making that time for them as well creates a problem. But if you don't know that that's what they need, suddenly they start to moan and bicker and complain. Oh, you're working long hours. Oh, you never pay me attention. Oh, you're paying attention to the baby. Oh, you're paying all the attention on the children. But if the one who needs to give it doesn't understand it, then problems will arise. But then if you're fortunate enough and both your love languages are in sync and you both want the same thing and you're speaking from the same page in that sense, fantastic. You're hooray, you're nearly there. But most times is identifying it that is the problem. So someone quality time, someone physical touch. Physical touch doesn't need to be like some people say, oh, every minute they want, you know what I mean, they want, you know what I mean. But no, it doesn't necessarily. The person just wants touch. Just touch. A hug is okay. A brushing of the finger is okay. Rubbing, you know, something like that.
Just a little bit.
Whatever. Just
physical contact.
That's it. Some people, that's all they just want, you know, to let them know. The physical contact for some people speaks volumes. It speaks volume. Just to be close to you. That's all they want. As simple as that. As simple as that is, that speaks volumes for them. So it's important to identify these things. Acts of service, that's a really difficult one. That's a really difficult one because people who many people express their love through acts of service, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to receive it. So that's important, because there's selfish people who want to receive. Do stuff for me, do stuff for me, do stuff for me, but they don't want to give back. That's why I find acts of service a bit tricky, and those who genuinely, that's their way of expressing their love, they will go out of their way to do stuff for you. They will give up their quality time for you. You find people who prefer acts of service will also be the ones who value time, will be the ones who want quality time. So they will put their time above money. Yes, they will be the ones who, if you're late for a date, they will be upset, and they're, why is it late? Why is the person upset? I was only late for like 10 minutes, but because they value their time. When you keep them waiting, they get upset or it offends them. So knowing these things allows you to navigate your relationship. I remember a gentleman who said that the only time he's been on a date with his wife and she didn't get there late was the day they got married.
And that's normally a day that people do turn up late.
He said so he knew that, this is starting good. But subsequently, whilst they were dating, she was never ready to go anywhere with him. So he knew she had a problem with punctuality. And so as their relationship continued to build, that was something he had to help her with. He said, you cannot, because he valued his time. And so for their wedding day, he puts measures everywhere to make sure that she got to the chapel on time. And thankfully she did. Now, this is something that is big for some people. Whichever way you fall in, that's your big area. And it's important for you to, one, identify it, two, be able to share it and the way it affects you and impacts the relationship with whoever you're with. Receiving and giving gifts. Number 5, according to Mr. Chapman. That's one that is so... Some people say, I don't want any material thing. All I want is your love. All I want is you. And then you've got the other extreme where before you even begin to date them, they've sent you a shopping list. So that's, again, is one of those ones.
Yeah.
So how is it really that is your... The question I ask, is that really your love language, or you're just greedy?
I think if it's given, it can be a gift of anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really involved and you really like that, then it could be sometimes things that have more sentimental value than it being a monetary value. So,
but the thing about giving and receiving gifts, there's still the financial element to it.
There is, but one can be very creative with the things that you can give somebody.
Oh, please do share with us, DJ Val.
So, like flowers are quite nice, aren't they?
Very. I must say that's something you're very consistent with. And you have been over the years. I think even when we were divorced, you used to still send me flowers get me flowers on the odd occasions.
Why not?
And I was like, and then I said to myself, he's in a good mood this week. Like that. That's what I would say.
Very unfair.
No, that's what I'd say to myself then. I was like, okay, he's in a good mood this week. But I did appreciate it, because I had that that little white table in the corner where I would always put my flowers. And so there was always, and sometimes I think that because maybe when you dropped off Alistair, you noticed the flowers, there were no flowers there. So whenever there were no flowers in that vase, he would make sure that he brought flowers. This was even while we were while we were divorced. So that's one thing you've done over the how many years that I've known you consistently. I would always have fresh flowers around the house, always. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Just doing my job. There's other little things that you can do that are just, it doesn't always have to be a big thing. Sometimes it can be a really thoughtful thing. And the way that you present it as well, for me, that's the big deal as well. So I always like to make it really,
That's another ace you have. I could never compete with him, and I don't even bother anyway. He put so much drama into presenting my gift. Always, it could be the simplest piece of jewelry, like this one. I remember when you gave me this one. Ooh, put it in a big case, put it in another big case, put it in a big case. I'm opening. Yes. Yeah, you gave me this one. Yeah, so he's giving us tips, guys, women, please take. And again, you don't have to be the same. We all come into it with our different strengths.
Yep.
So, but as long as there's that understanding and complementing of each other's weaknesses. But like I said, I could never match him on many stakes. Never. He is way ahead of me. He's thinking way ahead. Something is coming. Date night is coming. He's thinking way ahead of me. I'm like lastminute.com on the date night.
She has no idea where she's going.
And so I've given up. I don't bother anymore. So if I'm rushing up from work, listen, I've got a date with hubby today, and they're like, where are you going to? I said, I don't know. I don't need to know. And literally, I kid you not, I stopped bothering. I stopped trying to even know. I just go with the flow.
And she try and be slick, like, oh, where'd you say we're going again?
No,
I say, no.
That's not even me being slick. I'll ask for dress code. How do I need to dress?
Yeah. You go, oh, so where are we going again? It's like, no, I'm not telling you.
I just want to know how to dress. So I'll ask for the dress code.
For how to dress, and then, that's like, what was it? The Royal Albert Hall thing. Where are we going? And then it was like, oh, darling, this is lovely. Oh my God. So it's not just the giving of the gift. You got to come up with a good way to either cause an element of surprise, some suspense, with it as well. That makes it, yeah, that makes it even better. So, oh, we're going here. Oh, okay, nice. When you surprise it, like, it's good.
Thank you for consistently surprising me. And I don't like surprises because I used to be a control freak, and I don't like that element of surprise of not knowing what's around the corner. Well, I just thought after, there's no need, just give it up.
Give in.
Honestly, I just thought, whatever. Just go with the flow. And again, like I said, it's not because the person is this way, you then have to match and keep up with the person. No. It's the understanding of it, the understanding of what each person's love language is, and then work to complement it. So let's talk quickly on the new ones. You touched on communication. That's one that was added. So communication, why is that referred to a love language? I don't know, but what they're saying is that we all communicate in different ways. Some of us are a fight or flee. You could either be a fight person or a flee person. When you communicate, when there's a crisis, do you fight it, or is that your way of communicating in crisis, or do you just flee the situation? And that's why it's there. And they're saying that understanding how you communicate, how you deal with crisis, how you deal with good and bad news, and how you deal with difficult conversations, how you deal with those things also is a type of love language, because understanding it will help you cope better in those situations. I remember growing up then, my mom would never give my dad bad news until he's eaten.
That's a good one.
Say, no, just wait, once he's eating, then we'll tell him, break the news to him. So that was her way of giving bad news. You had to be comfortable, like the British would say, are you sitting or standing? How do you communicate? They're saying that is a love language. Are you empathetic when you're in crisis? Are you sympathetic to the other person? Are you listening and genuinely listening? Or are you just waiting for the conversation to end? When there's a question, do you answer sincerely, or you just answer to stop the conversation? So this is an interesting one. We could touch on it a bit more down the line when we talk about compatibility and dynamics. And then they talk about expressions of affection that is found within the experience of the relationship. That popular word, connection. I'm surprised you didn't jump at that one, because you're always talking about the connection.
Yeah, I was just
okay.
looking
We
at the
will
time.
unpack communication and connection a bit more if we have. I think we've got one more weekend. No, we don't. It goes into March.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see how we fare with that then. Well, time is fast past. There's a lot to say about
It's
love, as we
quite-
can say.
Yeah,
Yes, there's a
way
lot to
over.
say about love, but we're going to stop here for now. Thank you for your comments.
Shout-outs.
Thank you for listening, and let us know, where are you? Who are you? Where do you sit? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell us.
Are you unsure?
Are you unsure? And has this hope, this will cause you to think, where do I sit in this list? Shout out. You
Yes,
got your list?
Shout out.
You've got your favies?
I did actually, and then it's disappeared. It's your cousin's birthday in America.
Who? Which one? Uche?
Uche, yeah.
Oh,
Her birthday.
when is it?
My timeline. I can't remember the date.
Oh, happy birthday, darling. Happy birthday, cuz. All right. I will arrange a video call to say that in person. Thank you so much to all our listeners. You know yourselves. Thank you so much to the American crew, the Nigerian crew, the Caribbean crew. Thank you so much.
So, happy birthday to Hildia Campbell. She is part of the Sisters of Voices group, and she attends Rex City Church in Kilburn.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and she also, there's a jingle, I don't play it, but she's done a Jazzed Up for Jesus jingle for me on the show. So happy birthday, Hildia. We celebrate you. She lives in Luton, so there you go. Happy birthday to... that looks about it, actually. Okay. I think...
If you're a February baby...
Oh, Michelle Osborne as well, one of the greatest female bass players in the world. It's her birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Michelle, if you're listening, or share the link with Michelle, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
May the good Lord keep all of you. Long life is your portion. And if you're celebrating anniversaries, wins, your children's wins, whichever one, some of them are on half term this week. Those who are back to school, shout out to all your kids. Tell them that the people at Soul Food Show say, go get it, kids.
Go get it, kids.
Yeah. And that's
Mr.
it.
Bernard.
Thank you for reminding me. Please, 2 minutes. I need to do a special shout out. He said to me, please. Mr. Bernard, very quickly, is my air freighter. I've known him for years. And I stopped by to see them this week. And how are you? As we usually catch up. Oh, they went to Hawaii on holiday, a lovely holiday, and for the whole family, I was like, wow, Hawaii, that is nice. But unfortunately, coming back, my wife took ill on the aircraft. I said, what? So they had to divert the plane from wherever. They couldn't make it to London, to Montreal. Now, Virgin has never been to. Doesn't land in Montreal, but they landed. She had a heart condition, and thankfully, the doctor on the flight made the call to divert the implications of diverting these things and the costs and all of that. But that happened, and she went into the hospital. Oh, what's the name of the hospital in Montreal? He said these people looked after us so well. It's a shout out to the Virgin crew. They were in the Royal Brompton, UK, Lakeshore in Montreal. That was the name of the hospital. He's been married to his wife for 23 years, and he said, please give her a
What's her name?
Emma.
Wow.
Big shout out. I don't know what my life would be without her. The nearly losing her was enough to do his head in. He was like, wow.
Give a shout out to the whole.
Please He said, shout out to the Virgin crew. He said, Virgin was brilliant from start to finish, getting them return flights at no cost, by the way, he said, and looking after them, even in the attending to her on the flight. They handled it with such dignity and just reassured them, even though the doctor knew it was quite a severe condition, but the speed at which they reacted, and just everybody supporting them, and the post event care as well, they got in touch with them and all of that, and the hospital, from the consultants to the nurses, said every step of the way, his wife is back. She had to stay in the hospital for a while because she had surgery, and she's continuing to receive aftercare in her hospital here now in London. And he says, I love you, he says, I value you, and I appreciate the 23 years. Now, I don't think he said that much to her physically, but this scare. You know how he said, please.
Bernard seems a kind of a smooth guy. I think he's got some game.
He said, please help me tell her, Olive, that I really appreciate her. So we're going to make sure that, I'm not sure if the children are watching, but Mr. Bernard and Emma, if you're watching, Emma, you've heard all we said. Thank you. And we pray that the Lord will continue to restore health, full health to you. Who else?
Nope, that's pretty much it. I think we're going to have to go.
Now.
We know all our regulars. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in, but we are way, way, way over. Have an absolutely amazing week. Thank you so much indeed for tuning in. And your last thought is always render no evil for evil. Be the light that you want to be.
Keep going.
And see you next week.
Yes. Love you. Bye.
That's not it. I'm sure I got it wrong.